Hi, Carol. How are you doing? Can you see
Uh,
me?
yeah, there, now I can see you. Now I can hear you.
Fantastic. All righty. Well, how are you doing? It's been 24 hours since we did a Zoom, and actually, it's been less than 24 hours.
Not
7:30 last night, you started your patches. And so, how's that coming along? How was your sleep?
my sleep was fine. I mean, my gosh, I'm a good sleeper. Well, I went someplace, sleep, sound, sound, didn't even twitch until this morning, and then I had to go to the bathroom, so I got up and then I went back to bed and I just could go back to sleep, which I don't usually do. I get up and go outside. So no, it was interesting. Um, and it was interesting because what happened gradually, here's where the pain has been from the shingles, from the neuropathy.
Mhm.
What happened was, and it's all been tight skin, very tight. That loosened up. It's all looser now. Right. And that happened last night after maybe a couple of hours. And then the pain started going away. I could tell the difference, and it started subsiding. So, and now it's gone. Yes, I can feel it here when I push, but not like it was. Not at all like it was. Yeah, big deal. So
That's really,
I, I'm happy that my eye is not hurting as much as it was. It's healing. So, it's working.
yeah. So, this is incredible because we did the Zoom starting at 7 last night, and
Yep,
at 7:30, you started applying your patches.
correct.
And so, and you saw what the studies had showed how the Eon patch within 20 minutes, there was a
Yeah,
significant reduction in stress and calm in the
yeah,
people that were in the study. And so now you are experiencing firsthand those effects because it is a biochemical and neurophysiological. Neurophysiological means basically it's stemming from the brain and the neurons going through the physiology of the body that is starting to take effect. And so
right.
so you noticed immediately within a couple hours the skin loosening up and so forth, and the pain starting to drop, and the fact that
Yeah,
you that very deep sound sleep again because you get the left and the right brain hemisphere that's being balanced, and you have those actinioplastins that are increased in your bloodstream that we talked about. There's so many
right.
things. P63 peptide that is activated with the mother stem cell activation patch that's starting to not only turn on a third of your previously dormant stem cells are now turned on, but you have that cascading domino effect where it's like, okay, the moment you have that little solar panel on, game on. This rapid reparation is taking place in the places of your body that you need it the most. And so my question to you is, how long ago was it that you had the shingles condition diagnosed?
It was a year ago, December.
A year ago, December. Oh my goodness. So it's been a year and a half, 18 months.
Yeah, yeah,
So you've been suffering with this pain for 18 months. I'm so sorry.
yeah. It's been going on that long. But it was, everything happened at once. My husband passed away a year and a half ago. I took care of him. And
Mhm.
so then it was one thing after another that just rocked out my heart. I figured it was a broken heart, but they call it congestive heart. And then the shingles and a basal cell in my nose, and I had plastic surgery going on here. This is still healing and stuff. So though, and I'm healthy. Normally, I don't go to doctors. I tell them what to do. But so this is all. It was all new, and so I had to find out why this pain was going on, and my eye was all bloodshot, just purple. And so they took a friend took me to the hospital, and they diagnosed it as shingles. So that's was my first go round with that.
So
The
go ahead.
the lesions didn't last long. They did go away because I do good things. I eat well and stuff like that. So the shingles went away, but then the neuropathy, the
The neuro.
nerves, they just been, yeah, they just been, yeah. And last night also I could breathe better.
Oh, fantastic. Oh my goodness, what a relief. Yeah, so one of the things that that's funny that you mentioned that you could breathe better. I'm
Yeah,
not surprised because again, of all the things that the Fantastic Five does, you know, the mother, the daughter, stem cell activation patch, and we'll do a little review about that again in a little bit here. But I want to talk a little bit about that because that's, I think sometimes people, we focus so much on the pain points that we have. In your case, you have that very painful situation that was diagnosed 18 months ago from not only your broken heart, congestive heart failure, etc., also the shingles, which is a neurological condition, which is really an attack on your immune system along the nerve, you know, the nerve lines of the body, which manifest in
right.
terms of open sores in the body, which are really, really painful because then it exposes those very nerves that have been attacked. And I'm surprised that the actual lesions themselves, that they actually healed so quickly. Because sometimes I've seen people who have shingles where, you know, people 50 plus, where they'll have the opening of the shingles for months, literally months on end. And that whole time, it's again, a very, people can't, I knock on wood, I've never had shingles, but I've seen enough people with shingles to say that it's a very painful situation. Now, I also want to address the issue of your eye. And this is a teaching moment. We're in no way, shape, or form, you know, saying that we heal, cure, treat, diagnose, have protocols, or have therapies for any particular condition. This is your experience that you personally came to learn about the stem cell activation patches and decided based on all these things, these FDA compliant class 1 medical devices that were originally created for the Navy SEALs, that the Department of Defense actually hired this scientist 23 years ago to do this. And now we have, you know, a dozen of them. However, because they're general wellness products, they deal with general systems. They work systemically, which means cardiovascular system, respiratory system, endocrine system, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So because of that, it repairs entire systems. And here's the key, beginning at the cellular level.
Right.
Because we get to do a do-over. We have the original playbook that was put in play when we had the mother's ovum came into unification with the father's spermatozoa. So that sperm, when it entered that ovum, we had now complete information. And now we have an entire playbook that has the 23,688 stem cells and DNA to create that fetus in the mother's womb. And so immediately at conception, with the completion of that information, you have the birth and the genesis, the beginning of that soon to be embryo and that cellular multiplication. Every single stem cell has all. What does all leave out? Nothing. Right. Everything that was required to turn you into this beautiful little embryo that at 6 weeks, we could witness through an ultrasound, through a Doppler sonar device. We could hear the heartbeat. We could see the heartbeat. Fast forward, we get to a fetus at 36 to 40 weeks of gestation. Now it's born. And now you have a newborn baby. And this baby had 10 fingers, 10 toes. Everything was perfectly fine. So you got to do a do-over yesterday, your genesis, your new beginning, your new redo, boom, was at 7:30 last night.
Wow.
And now
lying down by my thymus.
Yeah. And you put it all down your thymus. I'm getting the chills just as I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So I want to talk a little bit about the eye thing because some people are not aware, most people are not aware that when shingles can manifest along any of the, if you were to pull up a graphic, and perhaps I'll pull that up during our talk here. If you look at how the lines of the nerves circumvent the face and the body and so forth, you'll see that the shingles lesions themselves actually open up along those lines, either of the face, of the body, the back, etc. So yours happened to affect, you had it obviously along the craniofacial lines of the face, and it affected that eye. Now, this is very serious, and I don't know if they told this to you when you were diagnosed with the shingles, but the fact that it was attacking your eye, when you get shingles and it affects the cranial nerves and you have anything close to the eye, in your particular case, your eye was red and purple. So it's attacking the nerves of the eye. There is the potential, and again, I'm not here to treat or to diagnose anything. This is an educational teaching moment. Know that there is a potential that you could lose eyesight from that shingles virus attack on the eye, because it's literally attacking that nerve, and that nerve, not only does it become inflamed, but it could be scarred. And when it gets scarred, then you could lose eyesight. So oftentimes they will prescribe you something very specific to address that, so that you lessen the possibility of losing your eyesight. So in your case, apparently they were successful in doing that. Knock on wood. Thank goodness for pharma, because again, there are times where we do need these life-saving medications that pharmaceutical companies have, that in an emergency, and I would consider something like that you were having with shingles, a form of an emergency, because it is threatening.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I took the viral med, and that helped it put a stop to it gradually put a stop to it.
Yeah, thank.
But I didn't take it for very long. I just took the protocol, and that was it.
Yeah,
yeah. But the eye doctors, none of them knew what to do.
No, it's a very complicated thing. So I'm very, very glad that you're on the stem cell activation patches, that you're faring as well, just in less than 24 hours. Because here as we sit here, it's a little past 2 p.m. And you started last night at 7:30. So also I want to talk about the congestion and the breath and about your heart. Again, oftentimes people will start on the patches, and whatever their greatest pain in the body, that's where usually, and I can speak for myself, when I was, no laughing matter, but when I was hit by a bus 6 years ago, all of my attention was on my neck pain, first head, neck, and I don't know what was worse, if my neck pain or my back pain was worse. And I knew that I had some pain in my leg, even though I had a laceration from my ankle. You would think that would have been the worst pain, and it wasn't. For me, the pain in my neck and my lower back was like nuclear, and it was 24/7. So for me, noticing that I could take deeper, better, sounder breaths wasn't really at the top of my awareness, because I was walking on eggshells. I was doing a lot of breath work at the time. But I will say that since wearing the stem cell activation patches, because I have the practice of doing the 25 as slow as you can, long, deep breaths that we discussed earlier, I recognize that my ability to oxygenate my blood, because as you inhale, you take in oxygen. As you exhale carbon monoxide. And as you have that buildup of oxygen in your blood, then you offload carbon dioxide in your bloodstream. And as you oxygenate your blood more, then you're able to hold your breath for longer periods of time. And as you exercise that muscle more and more, then of course, you have, just like any other muscle, like I don't work out at the gym. I do different types of workouts. I don't work out going to a gym necessarily, but as you work out any muscle, that muscle gets stronger. And so as you get into the practice of getting rid of the stale oxygen that you have in the lower third of your lungs, and you exercise your diaphragm to take that slow as you can, long, deep inhale, you hold it as long as you can, and then you allow that slow, controlled, instead of just, you do that slow release of that exhale and you're counting and you're holding at the bottom again, you notice that your capacity to hold your breath starts to lengthen without you necessarily efforting. You're just in that awareness, that 25 as slow as you can, long, deep breaths is breath work, but it's also a form of meditation. It's a form of mindfulness and awareness. You are, in effect, learning more about your body, how your breath works, how your lungs are working, how your body is feeling, and everything that goes along with that. As well as, of course, we know that we are balancing our pH levels. Our proton and hydrogen levels are being balanced as we do this, as we do the patches as well, because you're taking a very acidic body and now making it more alkaline. And so you're starting to create that balance. So kudos to you, Carol, that you've had this wonderful, in less than 24 hours, you're starting to see these benefits. I'm really eager to see how you're progressing over the next 24 hours, the next 48, 72, et cetera, hours, because I think you're going to start to realize and recognize and really become aware of all sorts of different things that perhaps maybe there are spots in your body, quite literally spots in your body that are there now that disappear. Because, you know, anytime you have a freckle, anytime you have even white, sometimes, you know, as we're out in the sun, sometimes we get some sun, and then of course we can get sunburned, but sometimes we have little white dots that appear on our skin.
Yeah.
And that's the effort of our, you know, because our skin is our third kidney, it is part of our detoxification process. I always say that we detox through perspiration, urination, and defecation. So sweat, pee, and poop it out. So our body's effort to get rid of cholesterol in the body, LDL cholesterol that doesn't serve us, it brings it up through the skin. If it can't get it out through urination and defecation, peeing and pooping, it'll bring it out through the skin as well. And then sometimes we have age spots, or we have freckles, or we have just sun damage that shows up from exposure to the sun. And exposure to the sun is a good thing. It's very important for us. We didn't come out of our mother's chute with sunglasses, sunscreen, sunblock. No, no mammal comes out of their mother's womb with sunglasses, sunscreen, and sunblock. No, everything is connected in the universe. We're supposed to witness the sunrise. I think I heard someone say that there's like, we as human beings, we get to witness 45,000 sunrises and sunsets.
That sounds right. Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's a lot of sunrises, a lot of sunsets. I wonder how many people have missed most of those. I wonder. And I was just thinking about this morning, because the last house that I had, it was such a beautiful home. And it was one of my favorite things about that particular home was that my master bedroom faced east. And because it faced east, and I had very large, and you can probably look in my YouTube videos from 2020, 2021, and you'll see, I think I have some videos where I actually show some of the scenery of some of the sunrises, because I would wake up every morning to catch the sunrise. And when I would first open my eyes, it was like this spectacular light show that I got to see every morning. It was kind of like, oh my gosh, I have a front row seat to God Almighty, also known as Da Vinci. And the colors, it would go from being like dark to a light, kind of a purplish, lighter lavenderish color, to then all of a sudden you'd see a little hue of yellow. And then before you knew, there were the pinks, the purples, the oranges. And then it would just kept on getting more and more, brighter. And it was equally spectacular the days where we had absolutely no clouds whatsoever, because then it was just this uniform light spectrum Technicolor show. And when we had clouds, it was even more dramatic, because then the clouds would stay purple, and the oranges and the pinks and all the hues of that were behind that. And I would sit there watching this like beautiful art show just unlocking and changing literally second by second. And oftentimes, more often than not, I would say 99% of the time, I would pull out my camera and I would videotape, and I would take snapshots and pictures of this Technicolor show that was going on, so that I could not just see it one time, but I could go back and re-experience it again. In fact, as I'm speaking to you, I'm thinking I probably should pull some of that footage out and share it with some of you here so that you can start to appreciate. And I was thinking also this morning, and I'm sharing this with you and with anyone else who will see this either now or later, just to tell you that you have no idea how much value, how much health benefit. You get a health benefit, you get a soul benefit, you get a spiritual benefit, you get a biophysiological benefit from this, because we know from science, because this has been measured, that when you look at the sky, looking at the blue sky actually affects the function of the kidneys in the body.
Yeah.
We also know, and Dr. Jack Kruse, my mentor, famous, very famous, I would say, neurosurgeon. Originally, he started off as a dentist, and he's been a neurosurgeon since 1994. Brilliant, brilliant mind. And one of the things that he talks about is how when your eyes, our eyes are not just cameras. They're not just a camera for you to see what you see. It's also a circadian rhythm clock. It is what sets the timing and the rhythm for all the systems in the body.
Oh, right.
Nobody talks about this, but it
No.
starts with your eye.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the photoreceptors on your skin have little mini circadian rhythm clocks. And so as you go out in the morning, sunlight, and you look at the sunrise, in the first few hours from here, our sunrise is about 6:00, 6:03 in the morning. And it goes till about 10 o'clock in the morning. So in that visible light spectrum that we have from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, if you just get out for 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes would be better, obviously, but 10, 15 is definitely very beneficial for people. You get UVA light and UVB. UVA light is what gives us vitamin A in our body.
Yeah.
There's not a single supplement in the market that you can take orally that will give you the same benefit that you will get from just exposing your eyes and all the skin in your body to UVA light in the morning and UVB light. So you get UVA light, gives you vitamin A, UVB gives us vitamin D, and there is no amount of supplementation that will help getting what's originally created based on the blueprint inside of your body, because that's perfectly formulated for you. Just as a plant is receiving light, sunlight, put into the ground, it has fertilizer, it has dirt, it has water. But if you cover it with a giant tarp and you don't let it get any sun, is it going to survive? No. All plants need light from the sun, whether it's direct sunlight or indirect sunlight, but they need light, because that's how the process of photosynthesis is. Every mammal on the planet needs that. From every mammal, even fish need that, because they receive the light that's magnified through the water. We don't think about that.
Yeah, that's right.
They apparently need way more light than we do, because you see what happens as soon as you put something inside water, everything is magnified, right?
Yep.
So we as mammals, we need natural sunlight, non-native. So we need not man-made light, we need natural light. The windows, like right here, this is a sliding glass door. You probably can't tell because it's so bright outside that this is kind of whited out, but that sliding glass door is open. I don't have a screen, even the screen is pulled over. So the screen is pulled over and that is actually open. It's not a sliding glass door that's closed, because I want the natural light to get in here. I have another balcony on this side, same thing, screen and everything moved over to the side. Knock on wood, I don't have any bugs or anything like that, but I have the benefit of the natural lighting coming in. And so a thought that I want to share with you is one of the things that I was thinking, I'm like, wow, I wonder the people who bought my home, they have I believe they had 4 boys, 4 boys that moved into that house with the mother and father. And I wonder if that the lady of the house, right? You know, if the mother and if the father, I wonder if they even are aware of that spectacular sunrise that they could be,
Oh,
you know, if you're just
yeah,
up at the right time, you will catch it. Because if you just jump, you know, run to the bathroom, start your routine and go, then that whole sunrise could be going on while you're in the shower. Now you're getting your clothes on, then you run downstairs and make breakfast. You'll miss the whole thing.
that's right. Yep.
So I wonder if they realize the spectacular gold mine that's like, and it doesn't cost anything to any of us, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And so all of us can benefit. I don't make any money off of telling you to wake up early, you know, and get a little, get a few sun rays in the morning for 10 minutes, you know, for people who can't stay still and have, or everybody would benefit from, you know, the 10 minutes. And if it means walking 10 minutes eastbound away from your home, walking east so that your eyes are facing the sun, you don't want to be looking at the sun. You
Yeah.
can in the morning, it's not going to harm you, but you're looking towards the sun up in the sky. Walk 5 minutes that way and then walk 5 minutes back. It'll be gone. Before you know it, it's like, wow, 10 minutes doesn't take that long. And you were in as little clothing as possible, maybe a tank top and shorts, or if you if you're going in your backyard and you're doing this walk in your backyard, some people can do that. They have a backyard that facilitates that process. It's on the east side. You could walk in your background in circles, you know, and you could be in a bikini. Or if you know that your neighbors can't see you at that time, you could be as you came into the world without clothing. That would be optimal.
Totally. Yeah. Totally.
That's Dr. Jack Kruse says, you know, if you are someone who is suffering right now with, let's say if you have breast cancer, that means that your girls have to be in that sun in the morning for 10 minutes, no clothes on. Just let them, because that's where you need the most vitamin A and vitamin D is in those parts that are always covered. If you're a
Yeah.
man and you have prostate cancer, guess what? Your unmentionables should be facing the sun in the morning. Now, it's not meant to be controversial. It's just to tell you those are the bottom line facts. You need that to be coming in through your skin photoreceptors so that your
Yep.
body can do what it's naturally designed to do. Because we live in a modern world where we inadvertently keep our body from doing what it needs to do. And that's where we begin to have dis-ease and things start to break down. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right on. Now, um, should I, when I put on the patches tomorrow morning, should I do the same group down here?
Yeah, I would say you could put them down your sternum again. Or if you feel more led, if it feels lighter to you to take them and put them in a circular pattern or, you know,
Yeah.
on your chest, then you can do that. Whatever resonates the most with you, because again, I trust your own body's intelligence above all things. So if you
Right.
feel, I go, no, I really feel like I need to keep it all on my sternum. I just have a sense, you know, maybe because of the shingle situation that you've had in your system, maybe that meridian line and that nerve line pattern, if you will, that row, maybe that's where you need to have it. Then again, maybe enough repair has gone so far, not that it's complete, but maybe
Yeah.
stitching it up and maybe putting it, you know, in a circle. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. You're just putting them basically around your chest. It's like over your heart and your right and your left lung. If that feels like a lighter, better, and it resonates more with you, then
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Great. So, and I don't need anything on my wrist or anything right now, or
For,
my
for
forehead or
so I want to ask you, how does your heart rate and your pulse feel right now?
my pulse is good. I've had atrial fib, and they were going to put in a defibrillator in November. I'm gonna show them that that's not going to be
Necessary.
necessary. So
Okay.
my pulse is good in the 70s,
Oh,
and
fantastic. Wow. Yeah, it is
yeah,
really good. Okay, good.
and my blood pressure is good. My oxygen level is 93 to 95, 96, but that supposedly, you have to, yeah, that's a whole different way of looking at things.
So 93 to 95. So again, yeah, we've already talked about the 25 as slow as you can, long, deep breaths. And believe it or not, the moment your skin feels the UVA light in the morning from sunrise, like I said, just 10 minutes. When you get up first thing in the morning, you got to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom and then just get out for 10 minutes. The moment the sun hits your skin, your pulse ox will go up to 100%. 97, 98, 99, 100%. It's just, it's biophysiological. It's inevitable. So your pulse
Okay.
ox will jump up from 93, 95. It will go up to pretty close to, if not at 100%. It's because that's just how your body is designed to be. So
Okay.
you could do that for 10 minutes. Like I said, in your backyard. I don't know if you have a backyard or.
I can get out of my bed. The window's right there. My window's wide open. And the sun shines right in.
Oh, perfect.
Right
Okay, so just open, yeah, so open
Yeah.
the window. So now you have that direct sunlight, perfect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you can, because you're in your bedroom, you could be completely, as
I
you
don't wear clothes anyway, so.
perfect, perfect. So you can do 5 minutes on bake yourself on both sides, so to speak, 5 minutes on either side. And now you will have the benefit of your pulse ox going up. It also helps your bilirubin in your, oh my gosh, it does such wonderful things for your bilirubin levels in your liver, believe it or not. Many people probably are not aware of the fact. I'll just share this little anecdote or factoid, if you will, with people, is that one of the protocols that they have in a NICU, or for babies that come, sometimes you have babies who are premature. When they come home, oftentimes their bilirubin levels will jump up. And the first thing that we will witness on a baby who has elevated levels of bilirubin is that the sclera of their eyes start to turn a little yellow. And so,
Yeah.
so what the recommendation is that you put them in front of the morning sun before 10 a.m. in the morning for 30 minutes and flip them over every 5 minutes on either
Wow.
side. And that will naturally bring their bilirubin down. There's no need to give them a medicine, a prescription to bring their bilirubin down. If depending on how premature a baby might be or a newborn baby might be, they might have to put them in PICU, and then they put them under infrared lights to simulate the sunlight. But the best is the natural. If you have an option between man-made and nature-made, always go nature-made, because you're always, the receptors inside of our body are perfectly designed to be the receptor to receive whatever contribution nature has for us. So the vitamin D, the vitamin A receptors that you have inside your eye, they're perfectly designed and formulated to receive the vitamin D that comes, the light ray spectrum that you get from the sunlight, that then turns into electrons in your blood that have the vitamin D that go into your eye. That's like, it's a perfect fit. There's never a mismatch. There's a potential mismatch if something is man-made.
Cool. Exciting. And then if somebody, I want to, tell me about these and giving them to somebody or whatever. Patching somebody.
So whoever it is that you have that you would like to share that with, whoever you're talking to about the patches, you're letting them know now you have, experience is the loudest voice above any kind of research, any kind of whatever. Your experience is irrefutable. I can't argue with you what you are feeling inside your body, what you've noticed, and what you've lived through. So now you can speak with authority and say, listen, I've only been on these patches for less than 24 hours. And I got to tell you, I slept deeper, sounder than I have in who knows how long. And even though it's not even been a full 24 hours, the 33% of my stem cells that are right now on, because I'm on these patches, holy cow, this affliction that I've had with the shingles, with this pain and this tightness, this is now relaxed and the pain is significantly less. You can just start to share your own personal story. You can even share this video with them and let them know, you know what, listen, nobody knows 100% of everything there is to know about the stem cell activation patches. But I will tell you, this is my experience, and I can point you in the direction of someone who can give you a lot more information and answer any questions that you might have. This is really an experience and a journey of exploration and education. And we don't know what we don't know until we know it. And just as you and Annie and Donna and a few others, when you saw the Super Wellness Heroes podcast that you saw with Annie Cottrell and with Jody Hadsel, you knew what things you were going on with your body. And you know, prior to your husband passing away, you knew what health and well-being was because you've lived that your entire life. And then you had the trauma of losing your
I
husband.
think if I'd had the patches, the first surgery he had was fine. The second, it metastasized, which cells get away, and it wrapped in all of the nerves and the blood vessels and everything, and they couldn't do any surgery. And he would never do chemo, ever, not in his world. And I know if I had had the patches then, I'll bet you it would have put a stop to that. I really see that that could happen because he was healthy everywhere else, everywhere.
Yeah. So now, you know, you don't know what you don't know until you know it, but now you are aware of this life-saving technology. And so now you see the benefits that you're experiencing, and now you can begin to share with others and point them in the direction. And, you know, I think I've shared with you the pictures in the PET scan of Thien, who had stage 4 lymphoma cancer. He had multiple tumors in his body, but his largest one was in his stomach. And in less than 6 months, knock on wood, he wore the patches, the Fantastic Five, he's still wearing them. It'll be August 26th. It'll be a year that he's been on the patches. And he's been feeling fantastic, but he has 3 PET scans and he no longer has any tumors in his body. And by December, from August to December, he had no traces of cancer anywhere in his blood. A 3rd PET scan, March 2023 of this year, because we're in 2023, showed excellent. He has no cancer anywhere in his body. So to say that he's a happy camper, that he has his life back, that his wife, that his daughters, that his sisters are thrilled to the moon and back and beyond is an understatement. So, and it's not that complicated. You saw how easy it was to put the patches on. And so for the cost of 2 Starbucks coffees a day, it's about $11 a day or less, you know, you can get life-saving technology. And it's incredible because we're in 81 countries. So we have 198 countries on the planet. So almost 50, a little over about 50% of them have access to this life-saving technology. And so now it's just a matter of sharing and letting people know, listen, I don't know everything there is to know about these patches, but I do know is that it's backed by quite a bit of science, and 2 million people who've been benefiting from this. They can't all be wrong. And this is my personal experience. And this, you might want to check this out. You don't have to, nobody has to do anything they don't want to, but you might want to check this out. And this is my experience. And hey, here's some bullet points, or here's a couple of links. You can check this out. I can point you in the direction, put you in connection. In this case, you can put them in connection with me. And I'm just here about educating and empowering you so that you can take a step in the direction towards improving your health and well-being.
Well, a question I have in regards to the YouTube videos. When I go to YouTube, I don't find all the videos you're talking about there. Is there another section where all the videos are?
So yeah, so I sent you, you got my email where I sent you the multiple YouTube links?
Yes.
Okay. And when you click, I don't know if you're on your computer, are you logged into YouTube with your email?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because if you're logged into YouTube in your email, on your
actually, I'm not on my email. I will be if I go through yours. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you get it, like for example, I sent you the email and I sent you multiple links. I sent you a short playlist. I sent you the Danielle Mann video. So I'm going to share with you. In fact, I'll
good. Okay.
I will. Yeah. So bottom line is, yeah, when you click on those links, it will automatically open it in YouTube as long as you are already logged into your YouTube account it'll open up for you. I believe if you're not
Yeah.
logged in, I think you'll still be able to watch it. I think you just won't be able to like or subscribe or anything like that.
Yeah, that's fine. I just need to find it so that I can show people.
Yeah, and I believe
No,
you don't text, right?
I don't text. I don't have service out here.
Okay, so then, yeah, so then you could just forward it via email. Just send it to them via email. And the other thing is, if you just go to Dame, DAME, LillianWalker.com, that URL goes, it's pointed to my YouTube channel. So then you'll see the most recent videos
Okay.
are always on there. And then you'll see the
Okay.
playlists. I have one of the playlists, the short playlist. Maybe I should rename it to short playlist instead of a stem cell activation Fantastic Five.
Uh-huh.
By that title, you can't tell it's a short list, but it is a short list. That's the one that has the videos that are anywhere from 30 seconds to up to 33 minutes long.
Okay. Well, I'll play with it and see what I come up with for our next visit. I know Annie got her patches today.
Fantastic.
Yes, and she looked at how to put them on, and she put them on according to the diagram that came with it. She's going to try to get on tonight at 7 o'clock.
Fantastic. So, okay, so we'll see you guys then at 7 o'clock. Do you have any other questions that I might be able to answer for you, Carol?
I think we're working on doing. I'm just going to keep with patches. I recognize as things heal. I am feeling more energy, but I I smooth out my energy because I'm a go-getter. So my energy is moving just perfect. And so it is coming on. I'm getting some things done that I put off now for a while.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So no, I'm doing well.
And the other thing I was going to invite you to do, because I know you don't text and so forth, but if you have a group of friends, guys and girlfriends that you'd like to invite over to your home, they could come over and we could be on this Zoom, and that could be an opportunity for them to learn about this life-saving technology. I have a gal named Deborah, and she's in North Carolina, and she routinely does that. She has a group of friends that I think they get together every Wednesday night. It's either Wednesday night or Thursday night. And so routinely we'll do these Zooms with Deborah, and she has a group of her friends there, and then they are asking a bunch of questions and so forth. And it's a way of basically sharing with them, because she had incredible results, and her husband was really battling with some very serious things. And so that's an option for you too.
Well, Christine, the lady I told you about, will be available tomorrow, and I think she's coming over for 2 o'clock tomorrow to be here with me. So she saw the video and she really likes it, and then her Social Security comes in the middle of the month, so she wants to get ready to order for them. So,
okay, fantastic. Yeah. The most important thing is that we answer any and all of the questions that she might have. All right.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Carol. Well, if you don't have any other questions, we will see you later on today, and you have a fantastic rest of your day. Remember to always drink your 50% of your weight in ounces of water, and we will see you later tonight. Oh, perfect. And I have your permission to put this on YouTube?
Oh, yes.
Fantastic. All righty. Take care. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.